What you're going to need today are 5 quarts of oil. I'm using 10W30. You can use 5W30 if you need. You need an oil filter. You need the washers. You need a oil pan or to dump your oil into. You need some sort of funnel. And for tools, you're going to need a socket, a 14 millimeter socket, and a 10 millimeter socket, and you're also going to want a pair of pliers just in case the washer gets stuck when you're trying to take it off.
Okay, so after you get your splash guard off from under the car, you're going to see the oil pan is here. This is the drain plug that you're going to use your 14 millimeter socket on, and then here is your oil filter that you're going to use your hands to take off. All right, so position your oil drain pan underneath, and you're going to want to loosen this bolt. So when you take this off, you're going to want to kind of push into it so that the oil doesn't start oozing out while you're unbolting it. But you're going to also want to hold on to it so that it doesn't fall into the oil pan, because you don't want to go fishing that out. Okay, while we're letting that drain, let's reposition this a little bit more. I'm going to try to get this oil filter off with my hands. They give you plenty of room here. You can see I have plenty of room to get 1 or 2 hands in there. If you need, you can use an oil filter wrench, but usually on here I find that I don't need to. Okay, once again, hold on to this guy, make sure it doesn't fall into the oil pan. It's going to be a big mess. Alright, now we just let that drain. Alright, while we're waiting for the oil to drain, we need to get this washer off of the nut here. Sometimes they get stuck, so you'll have to use like a pair of pliers. You can see I had to actually use a pair of vice grips to get this one to start spinning. Once you get a grip of it, it just spins off just like a screw, and then you just have to spin on a new one. So the flat side goes on the bottom and the rounded side goes on top, and you just screw that all the way down. Alright, looks like the oil is pretty much drained. It's just dripping now, so we need to put on 2 things. We need to put on a new oil filter. So I like to use this kind that has this grippy material. Makes it easier to take off and put on. Before we put that on, make sure you didn't get any dirt or anything on the seal here. All you have to do is spin that on. And then you just want to hand tighten this as far as you can go. And I'm going to clean up any drips that's there. And then same thing goes for the bolt. So we're going to want to bolt this down all the way and make sure that that crush washer crushes flat. So you're going to use your wrench here, bolt that guy down. Okay, all bolted down. So from here, we're gonna go and refill the oil. All right, so this car takes 4 3/4 of a quart of oil. So we're just gonna remove the cap here. I highly suggest using a funnel. I have one of these that kind of snug fits on there. I'm going to clean up a little bit of dirt around here. Try not to get any dirt inside of the hole. You don't want dirt in your engine. So just slowly pour the oil in here. If you have this funnel like I do, you can go a little faster. It kind of takes the mess out of it and makes you be able to work a little faster. All right, that's it. Take your funnel off and then replace the cap here. And then, so now you have oil, you've replaced all the filter, you've replaced the bolt on the bottom. Now it's time to start up your car, let it run for a few minutes. We want to make sure that there's no leaks out of anything that we've done. So make sure that the filter is not leaking and make sure that the drain plug bolt is not leaking.